Okay guys, so today we're learning all about the optimal carbohydrate source to use for before a workout. There's a lot of complicated stuff in here, but I try and make it short and sweet, so let's get into this episode.
I'm Billy Hinzo, and I'm obsessed connecting real people to real supplements. Let's get into this video.
All right guys, so let's get into this whole conversation of carbohydrates and what is best for pre-training. So with carbohydrates, it's really tough to talk about these a little bit because there's all different kinds of foods that all different kinds of people can eat, different times when you want simple carbs, different times when you want complex carbs, different, like should I do this all before bed if I have morning training or if I have afternoon training, how should I? There's a ton of different foods we can get into and what's best to eat when. But I'm gonna focus primarily on what is best as a pre-training carb supplement. So I'm sure that some of you are gonna be like, well, I just do gummy worms at this point. Okay, great, but let's talk about what supplements are best for during a workout. I'm gonna talk right now about, this is NutriBio SuperCarb. This is a carb called Cluster Dextrin. Cluster Dextrin is an enzymatically branched carbohydrate. What does that mean? What that means is this carb has the ability to, after you ingest it, within 15 minutes, completely refill all your glycogen stores and exit your stomach. That's huge. So you're not gonna be sloshing around the gym like you just ingested a ton of food and feeling really bloated and all that. You're also going to have maximum filled up your glycogen. So why is that important? Why can't I just drink a whole soda pre-workout? Well, this basically activates mostly your bi-insulin, which is the part of your insulin that's going to store glycogen. As opposed to di-insulin, which is something that's like, where sugar is gonna spike your di-insulin, and so di and bi, they're a little different, and your di-insulin is gonna be more responsible for fat storage. So the glycogen storage is what we wanna go for as an athlete. Obviously not fat storage, nobody wants that. But basically what this is going to do is, since your body's able to take on a full glycogen storage, you're going to have great energy during a workout. The way that things work is, your body, when you start training, it starts taking, once it's run out of the glucose from what you just ate, it's going to, or ate in the last few hours, it's going to take glucose from your glycogen out of storage and use it as energy during training. When you run out of that, your body has to start eating muscle to fuel your workout. So if you don't have much glycogen at all, that means maybe 15, 20 minutes into your workout, you're eating muscle. So if you have a 2-hour workout, a lot of it's gonna be very counterproductive. You're going to be eating up that muscle that you've been working really, really hard to get. And on top of it, if you're trying to maximize your energy, you can imagine if you're eating muscle to fuel the workout, your energy level is gonna be way worse. So the more glycogen you have, the more your body's not going to tap into muscle to fuel the workout, and the more natural energy you're going to have. And this is like muscular energy. So it's not like caffeine wake you up energy. This is going to be what your body's going to use to fuel your muscle during training. That's very important. You can't just down a ton of caffeine to overcompensate for glycogen. You need to maximize your carbohydrate intake in the right form so you can get the best natural training. Now, caffeine can enhance that, but you can't just pull from caffeine to get strength. I mean, it'll wake you up and you might do 1 rep super high or something like that if you do it. You have a ton of caffeine in your system, but you will not have the natural muscular energy to get you where you need to go. Obviously, the pump off of this is great because you have a full dosage of carbohydrates in your system, but this is also great because you're not going to be having to rely on, planning way out in advance for what. So if you're someone who's like a track athlete and you're at a track meet, and track meets often go like you don't know exactly when you're going to compete and stuff like that, so you can get like a warning like, hey, like we're going up in like 15, 10, 20 minutes or something like that. You can have some of this and actually have it absorbed and usable right before your training session or your competition. Or if you're in a rugby tournament and you play many games throughout the day and kind of game 3 or 4 in a sevens tournament, you want to get some kind of natural boost. This is going to help you a ton because you can just have a half scoop of this or something right before you're during your warm-ups, and then you have great energy throughout the match. It is a super big ace in the hole that, again, isn't often, people don't think, oh, I need to focus on carbs. I eat plenty of carbs all the time. You do eat plenty of carbs, but I hate to tell you, but an animal fries is not ideal for pre-training. Also, this is going to help you actually, believe it or not, activate fat for energy when you start running low on glycogen. So the way that Cluster Dextrin works is it actually pulls fat stores and helps use that for energy as well. So you start sweating bullets during training, you'll notice, and you're burning a lot more fat than you would just at rest. So Not only does it give you better muscular energy, not only does it protect your muscle, it's also going to help, believe it or not, burn some fat. So this is the main reason why I'm a huge believer in Cluster Dextrin and a huge, advocate for, this is one of the supplements where this isn't your, your grandpa's carb, or this isn't even your dad's carb. I mean, this is barely even, this is, high technology that's only been around for maybe like 10, 15 years tops or something like that. Like it's something where if you have a friend or someone that, is older and they're like, well, I used to just do a bunch of scoops of maltodextrin and that was all the carbs I need. This new stuff's just crap. That is not true. This is really high science. And if you ever want to, DM or message me and say like, hey, can I get a video on how this really works or something, I'd be happy to send you more information on it. Something that you really should pay attention to because it's a natural food-based supplement that you're going to be able to use all the time that can really help increase your training. So without going too much deeper into like how to eat at this time or that time or whatever, and how it affects this diet, just know this is a great carbohydrate source for pre-training, and it's pretty much good for everyone. There's not a lot of allergens surrounding it, and you can use it, any time of the day, morning or night. Okay, so the way this is going to be different than you're wondering, well, I bet soda's fast absorbing or Gatorade. I'll just drink that, and that should be plenty good carbohydrate source. So sugar works a lot different than Cluster Dextrin. Sugar is going to spike your diinsulin, not your biinsulin, and cause your body to go into a state of repair and, food and really fat storage. So if your body doesn't have any immediate use for sugar that's in straight liquid, it's going to use it to store as fat. I don't know if you've ever, most of you have probably never tried, but it's worth everyone to at least once in their life try and eat a straight sugar cane. Meaning like if you get a sugar cane, try and like eat it and see how sweet it is. You have to squeeze, turn, break, gnaw on it just to get a little teensy bit of sugar, like a little teensy bit of sweetness. That's how sugar cane is in nature. The way that we break down sugar cane and put it into soda and drinks and all that is not natural. Like you're not supposed to be able to get 40, 50 grams of sugar in like water. That is completely unnatural. So it takes a big toll on our body the way that's absorbed. So that being said, not all carbs are the same when you have them right before training, and you really want to focus on getting a carb that's going to be ideal for maximizing the right kind of, glycogen storage that you want and not just any old cheap carb out there. Hey guys, thanks a ton for watching this video. I hope you learned a little bit about, what carbs are best to use before a workout, how it can optimize your training. Maybe even you want to come talk to me more and pick one out for yourself. Don't forget, we're doing a protein giveaway once you hit 100 subscribers, so go ahead and hit subscribe, notifications, and also, go ahead and like and leave a comment on the video. We'll let you know as soon as we hit 100 subscribers who the winners are, and we'll see you next time.